Let me ask you a very private question. When was the last time you finished and thought, wow, that felt just like when I was 20 pies? For most men, the answer is a long time ago. Back then, self-pleasure was effortless. The sensitivity was electric, erections were firm, and the release, explosive. But over the years, things quietly change. Firmness weakens. Sensation fades. The climax feels flat, more mechanical than magical. Most men think, well, I'm just getting older. But here's the shocking truth. It's not age, it's fuel. Your body is an engine, and the foods you put in every day decide whether you feel sluggish and dull or alive and powerful. And in this video, I'll show you exactly which foods can transform your performance, starting with one powerhouse you can take before self-pleasure to bring back that rush you thought was gone forever. Here's the truth most men never hear. Erections are not random. They're not luck. They're not magic. They are mechanics. Picture a hydraulic system, a piston that only rises when fluid pressure surges into a chamber. That's how your body works. Blood must rush into the erectile tissue, expand every sponge-like chamber, and then stay locked under pressure. When that system runs smoothly, the result is obvious. Erections are strong, sensitivity is sharp, and pleasure feels effortless. But when circulation weakens, when arteries get stiff, clogged, or inflamed, the chamber doesn't fill, the pressure doesn't hold, and what once felt electric now feels flat. That's why so many men describe self-pleasure as just going through the motions. The mechanics are there, but the spark is gone. And the root cause? Not simply age, it's blood flow. Behind every strong erection, there's one silent chemical messenger called nitric oxide. Think of it as your body's green light. When arousal begins, nitric oxide tells your arteries to open wide and let the blood flow. Without it, nothing happens. It's like trying to water your lawn with a hose that's kinked. The desire is there, but the flow never reaches its destination. Here's what most men don't realize. Your nitric oxide levels aren't fixed. They rise and fall every single day, depending on what you eat, how active you are, and even how stressed your mind feels. When nitric oxide is strong, blood vessels expand, circulation surges, and erections feel effortless. But when it runs low, firmness weakens, sensitivity fades, and climax feels flat. That's why controlling this one messenger is the difference between a body that just goes through the motions and a body that feels fully alive again. Most men believe their performance fades simply because of age, but the truth is very different. It's not the candles on your birthday cake that make erections weaker. It's the fuel you give your body every single day. You've seen men in their 60s running marathons, climbing mountains, even enjoying a powerful sex life. While at the same time, you've probably seen guys in their 20s who look exhausted, sluggish, and unmotivated. The difference isn't age, it's circulation, hormones, and the daily choices that either keep the system clean or clog it like a dirty engine. When your arteries are flexible, when your nitric oxide levels are strong, and when your testosterone has the fuel it needs, you perform. But if you fill your body with sugar, alcohol, fried oils, and processed junk, it doesn't matter if you're 25 or 55. You're going to feel weak. That's why some older men perform better than men half their age. They've kept their fuel clean, and their bodies reward them with energy, firmness, and vitality. You don't need a medical test to know when your circulation is suffering, because your body shows you in everyday life. That heavy, sluggish feeling after a greasy meal, or the brain fog that comes after too much sugar, is not just in your head. It's your arteries struggling to move blood. Now imagine those same clogged or stiff vessels trying to deliver blood to your most private areas. If they can't expand and surge properly, the result is obvious. Erections lose their firmness, sensitivity fades, and the release feels weak instead of powerful. This is why self-pleasure often starts to feel mechanical, like your body is just going through the motions without the spark. It's the same as listening to your favorite song through a broken speaker. The melody is there, but the richness is gone. Too many men mistake this for getting old, when in fact, it's their circulation quietly crying for help. Blood flow may be the foundation, but two other players decide whether the experience feels powerful or flat: testosterone and nerves. Testosterone is the master hormone that fuels desire, firmness, and energy. And when it's strong, you don't just feel more alive in the bedroom, you feel more motivated and confident in every part of life. Then there are the nerves, the messengers that carry signals from your brain to your pelvis, telling blood when to rush in and when to release. When those signals are sharp, every touch feels intense, but when they weaken, sensation fades and arousal feels muted. What most men miss is that both testosterone and nerves depend on circulation as well. If blood isn't nourishing the testes, testosterone production drops, and if blood isn't feeding the nerves, sensitivity dulls. Poor circulation sets off a domino effect: weaker erections, lower hormone levels, dulled signals, and a body that feels half alive. But when circulation is strong, hormones rise, nerves fire, and everything works in harmony, bringing back the electric feeling you thought was gone. The good news is decline is not destiny, and just because things feel weaker now doesn't mean they have to stay that way. Circulation, testosterone, and sensitivity can all be revived when you start giving your body the right fuel. The foods you eat every day can boost nitric oxide, protect your arteries, and support the hormones and nerves that drive your performance. And the results often appear faster than most men expect. Within just a few weeks, many notice morning erections coming back, arousal sparking more easily, and climax regaining the intensity it once had. This isn't about gimmicks or dangerous pills. It's about feeding your system what it needs to work the way it was designed. You're not powerless, and your body is capable of far more than you realize if you give it the right tools. So what does this look like in daily life? It comes down to simple choices. You cut back on the sludge, the sugars, fried oils, processed snacks, and alcohol that clog your arteries and drag down your hormones. And instead, you add in foods rich in nitrates, antioxidants, omega-3 fats, and minerals, because these are the fuels that keep blood flowing, nerves sharp, and testosterone steady. When you clean up your plate, your body rewards you where it matters most. Erections become firmer, sensitivity returns, and release feels powerful again. Food is not just calories, it's chemistry. Every meal is either building your performance or breaking it down, and each bite is a decision. Do you fuel decline, or do you fuel vitality? So here's the bottom line. It's not age that takes away your spark, it's circulation, hormones, and the fuel you choose to give your body. When blood flows freely, when testosterone has the support it needs, and when nerves are alive and sharp, pleasure feels effortless again, not mechanical, not dull, but powerful and deeply satisfying. And the best part is you don't need shortcuts or risky pills to make it happen. Nature already provides the tools. In fact, there are certain foods that can act like a switch, opening blood vessels, raising nitric oxide, and sharpening sensitivity in ways that make self-pleasure feel as intense as it did years ago. In the next part, I'll walk you through those exact foods, from a humble vegetable that athletes drink before competition to a sweet fruit so powerful it's often called nature's Viagra. These are the simple choices that can completely transform your private moments.